aggravated murder. We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Kouri Richins, is guilty of aggravated murder.
That was the moment that Kouri Richins learned a jury unanimously found her guilty on all 5 counts related to her husband Eric's murder.
And that jury took less than 3 hours to unanimously come to that conclusion. 2 News was there every day since the trial began on February 23rd, and we do have live team coverage for you again tonight. A reaction to the verdict today.
We want to begin with Brian Schnee, who's been inside the courtroom every single day of this trial. Brian, this happened fast.
It did happen fast, Heidi. We were expecting 5 weeks for this trial. Keep in mind, so clear to the end of the month, things getting wrapped up in just over 3 full weeks, with the jury deliberating for only a few hours after closing arguments. And just because it was a quick move from those jurors doesn't mean that there was a lack of emotion in the courtroom. Obviously, we were filled with people seated behind me. I was right behind the prosecution as that verdict was read. So a clear shot to look at Kouri Richins and what she was doing, but also hearing behind me. Not a lot of moans and groans as they were instructed not to show emotion by Judge Richard Mrazek, but there were some tears. There were some sniffles, and one of those people reacting with that full emotion, one of Eric Richins' sisters, Amy. Take a listen.
4 years ago, our family lost the brightest light. Eric is deeply loved and missed every single day. We are grateful to everyone who has worked tirelessly to bring justice for Eric. Our focus is now on honoring Eric's life and supporting his boys as we all continue to heal. I feel like we're all in shock still. It's been a long time coming. So just very happy that we got justice for my brother.
Well, Amy's been here every day, along with her sister and her sister's husband and their father, Eugene, who was the first to testify. This has been a family affair, not just for the last 15 days, not just for the random hearings here and there over the years, but really clear since 2022, since March 4th, when they showed up to the Richins household that day when Eric Richins was pronounced deceased. It was emotional, but ultimately it was those 5 counts: aggravated murder, attempted aggravated murder, the life insurance fraud ×2, and forgery. And coming up, we know that Kouri Richins will have another court date here for sentencing set for May. Now, there were a lot of family members in there, not a lot of them wanting to speak, including the county attorney didn't speak after the unanimous decision, or the defense attorneys, but another relative did. And so did the only member of the public that was in there today. For that, we sent things over to Brian Will, joining us live from here in Park City tonight. Brian, what did they tell you?
Well, Brian, as you and I both saw, a lot of people were out here after that verdict was delivered, and a lot of them appeared relieved. Now, we caught up with Eric's cousins and also a member of the public who's been there almost every day watching this trial unfold.
You unanimously find, beyond a reasonable doubt, each of the following elements.
Here for Eric. Eric did a lot for everybody. He was my cousin. I miss him every day, think of him every day. Love him.
Eric Richins' relatives reacting to the verdict outside the courtroom on Monday night, from the oldest to the youngest members of the family.
We're definitely relieved. It's been rough to relive it.
These family members did not want to be identified by name, but told us they were just as nervous before the verdict was delivered. Selena Armitage has gotten to know Kouri Richins' sister well and was the only member of the public inside the courtroom on Monday.
She was shaking as when I came in. You could see her shoulders visibly shaking before the verdict, before the jury even came in.
Armitage was shocked at how quickly the verdict came down and has only missed 2 days of the trial. Tell us what the mood was like in the courtroom as the verdict was read. What did you see? What did it seem like?
It's something that I've never felt before. It was extremely intense and just like stressful. You could just, I had my hands were clenched.
As for sentencing, Eric's family had this reaction.
I think that justice will prevail with that as well.
Now, Armitage tells me this affected her so much that she's not likely to attend a trial in person ever again. As for the family, Eric's family at least said that they'll likely speak more after sentencing. Reporting live in Summit County, Brian Will, KUTV 2 News.
Well, if you've been watching along with us, this trial featured a mountain of evidence, and one attorney says that likely made the difference during deliberations.
Former prosecutor and current defense attorney Nathan Evershed shared his reaction with David Ochoa after that verdict was read. David.
Yeah, Nathan Evershed said it took a lot of guts for the prosecution to even file this case, but they came with a ton of evidence that proved too much for the defense to defend against. Attorney Nathan Evershed had high praise for the prosecution team.
It has to be one of the most persuasive and effective presentations of evidence that we have ever seen in a Utah courtroom.
Evershed says it's not an easy task to prove a poisoning, especially when a lot of time has passed.
Putting on a case like that with the amount of evidence that's there, it's almost overwhelming.
And it ultimately proved too much for the defense to fight back against, despite their best efforts.
I've never seen anything like it. A wave of evidence that just was crashing upon you. I mean, what do? Like, throw away one drop, one crash of things, like the rest of it's there.
It took the jury just around 3 hours to unanimously decide that Richins was guilty on all 5 counts she was accused of.
Maybe it was a surprise for all of them to walk in like, oh, everyone is totally in agreement with this. So we'll come to find out, we don't need to deliberate that long. Let's get right to it.
Evershed says Richins is looking at a long time behind bars.
Aggravated murder alone is 25 years to life minimum.
So that's not including the attempted aggravated murder, forgery, and 2 counts of insurance fraud charges.
It's just multiple felony upon felony upon felony. So she is looking at literally spending the rest of her life potentially in prison.
Now, Evershed says between the judge, jury, prosecution, and defense, this is an example of just how the American justice system works. Reporting live, David Ochoa, KUTV 2 News.